Let me show you how to use 1688 from scratch from the comfort of your home without going into China. We're going to deep dive into the whole platform and how to use it without knowing anything about the platform. Before diving in, if you like tips about sourcing directly from China to maximize your profits for your business, consider subscribing and liking this video. The first step is signing up for an account. When you sign up, you need an Alipay account. I'm so sorry. I don't make the rules, but you need it. So before you even consider signing up, you need an Alipay account, and the order in which you sign up is incredibly important because if you mess up the order, it's going to mess everything up for you. So before getting started, you at least need to maximize the use of this platform. You need a passport, a phone number, a foreign bank card, and Alipay. Then you need the Taobao apps and the 1688 app. The first step is to make an Alipay account. Here is my Alipay account. When you make an account, it's going to ask you to put in a phone number from your country. So you can select your area code based on the country you're in and sign up. But you're not done yet. When you make an Alipay account, it's supposed to automatically make a Taobao account for you. Make sure you also have the 1688 and the Taobao apps that you see here. They need to look like this. You should be able to find them directly on the iOS App Store or Google Play Store. Should be on there. Don't download the fake ones. They should look like 1688 and Taobao. So back on Alipay. So once you have an Alipay account and you've verified your phone number, then you apply for a tour card, which you can search for in the search bar in the home page. Just go to tour card. Then here you're going to make an account. You're going to hit enter. And this essentially creates a pseudo bank account with you with limitations. You can't have more than 10,000 RMB in this account within a 3-month period, but you go to use now, put in your phone number, do a passport authentication with taking a selfie with your passport here, smiling, giving it to them. And then you can top up Chinese yuan with your foreign bank cards here. This is the only way you can pay unless you have a Chinese bank account or someone sends you money on Alipay on 1688. You can also pay with a balance on 1688, but for that, you usually need to be authenticated. And having a tour card helps you get authenticated. The next step is to make sure you have both apps, Taobao and 1688, on your phone. Now, why am I mentioning this order? Because it will make it easier for you using the platform on the desktop version like this, which I'm going to show you how that logic works. But please bear with me when you do this. First, do everything on your phone first. So I'm going to open Taobao and I'm not logged in, right? And then I'm going to click on my account and you can't see it here because it's blocked, but you want, for safety reasons, but you want to select, I want to log in via Alipay. Look for the Alipay symbol that looks like that, the Alipay symbol, but do it on Taobao. Log in. You're going to have to agree because it's going to link to your Alipay account. You can register your fingerprint if you want to by hitting the orange, or I'm just going to click next time, remind me. And boom, I'm logged into Taobao. So that's step 1. Step 2, go to 1688, skip the ad, go to me on the bottom right, and the same thing, log in with Alipay in that order. You can log in with Alipay or with Taobao, doesn't matter, but I would recommend Alipay. Click confirm and continue, and you're in, okay? Once you're in here, then you're gonna go to the 168 homepage, and you may have a different version than what you see on the screen here. Note that if you have the new version, there's gonna be a button, say I wanna go to the old version. I recommend going to the old version, it's much more user-friendly. If in doubt, use Google Chrome and use the Google Translate feature to make everything in English, because right now everything is in Chinese, right? You get the point. But once you're here in the homepage, you wanna look for a couple things. So here is please log in, or here means log in. So here's register and log in, right? Stay away from register. You're not Chinese. It's going to be painful if you try and do it directly on the platform. Just do what I just told you with the apps first. Go to direct login. And here it is, right? This is what makes it easy. Right now I'm logged into 1688. I'm going to go to the home page of 1688 and I'm going to click the scan button. You can see it on the left here, right? Scan the code. So now I'm going to go back to the website. I'm going to scan, and here it's going to ask me to authorize on my phone the login. Click authorize, right? That's it. You don't need to do anything from there. So I know it's quite complicated to go through all that, but I want to specify that's the right order for foreigners to be able to register on 1688 with little errors. If you try to do it directly, you may run into issues. So now let's talk about the overview of the platform. So here you have your search bar, you have reverse image search here if you want to search for images, which will go an example. But more importantly, and I want to explain this UI to you. So the most important parts are here. So you have waiting waiting for payment. So that means you requested to make a payment but haven't paid yet. This one's already paid and awaiting shipment. This one is already shipped, and those are pretty much the most important ones. There are other ones that we go in there like reviews and all that, but those are the important ones. And I also want to show you guys address management. So now that you're in the platform, the first thing I want you guys to focus on is putting in an address. That'll make the orders in the future easy. So I'm going to click on address management. And remember, if you're using Google Chrome, you can just simply translate to English if you get lost. And here, the UI is iffy, right? But you get the point. Delivery address management there. So I'm going to click on the address management. And then, as you can see, I have plenty of addresses, but you're probably going to have 0 addresses. So you need to know your Chinese freight forwarder address and you need to put it in there. So what you're going to do is click right here to add a new address and then fill in their details. Fill in their details. So here's their name, the district they're in. I recommend if you're doing this for the first time, just change it to English unless you know China. So their name, their district, let's say Guangdong, Guangzhou, Liwan, and then whatever their road is. Then you put the detailed address in here where you just pretty much copy and paste the full address, like the street number and etc. Here's their zip code and their phone number. This phone number must be a Chinese phone number. Remember, name, area, district, detailed address, zip code, phone number, and then you click on confirm right here, confirm. And once you have the address, then you can go back to the home page by simply clicking up here in the top left corner, right? And then you're back here and you already have your address in there. So now we're gonna go search for products. So you need to click on the home page here, and there's multiple ways to search for product. My favorite is photo image search. Okay, so it's good that right now it showed me the new version of 168, which is a new layout. I don't like it, and that's my personal preference. They have everything here on the left, but it's not as user-friendly in my opinion as everything laid out here, right? So because I don't like it, and if you run into this when you're actually using it, you can click on I want to go to the older version, and there you go, you're in the old school version. I'm going to search for a product via image. Note that you can also search for products by typing it in here, but it must be in Chinese. The issue is sometimes when you say something in English and you translate it to Chinese, it's not the true meaning unless you really know the Chinese language. I recommend you always do the reverse image search. So I'm going to search for Pikachu. So it's going to give you search results on that. So it's pretty much a pendant that you can just change the inside of the pendant to whatever you want. And these are the image search, but I want to show some important filters that you can use if you're using 168 for the first time. Hopefully I can just show you in English, because there you go, boom. So these filters, in my opinion, are quite important. You have free shipping, freight insurance, 24-hour delivery. So that means after you make a payment in 24 hours, they'll ship the product. Ones that have videos, you can see like the different kinds of categories you can filter by. The price, like you can put the price range here, lowest price here to highest price. This one's important. This one's important. Minimum order quantity. So if you're trying to do the drop shipping method, you got to put 1. If you don't mind buying 10 at a time, you put 10. But I'm going to make it back in Chinese because of the UI. It looks bad when you translate it to English, but you can have, they have certifications to sell it. It's a new product. It's a factory. It's coming directly from the factory, not a supplier, etc. I'm not going to change anything to filters. I'm just letting you know the filters are there. You can even sometimes filter it by location. So why is this important? Let's say your freight forwarder is in Shenzhen, because they can ship it within 24 hours, right? If you select that filter to ship within 24 hours and you want it to arrive at the warehouse as soon as possible, you can select a district right here. So here you go here to the district, and let's say I want to select Guangdong or whatever. You can select the place that you're by, and that will lessen the proximity with the shipping agent. So I'm just going to pick this random product, and just off the top, like if you're using this for the first time, you can see a lot of information here. You can see the product details, the kind of pendants they have, the quantity you can add, boom, boom, boom. Say I like this one, I want to add more of this, boom, boom, boom. You get the point. What I don't like is that this doesn't have any reviews, but anyways, what you can see is here's the factory information. So you can see they have 4.5 stars. They've been in business for 4 years, and you can see they have a AA rating, and their ranking here, their response rates, their location, etc. You can also click here during Chinese business hours and talk to the supplier directly. Make sure you use Chinese though. You can just talk here and then send. You can send them photos here. So what I typically do if I need to attach a label on the package, I just send the photo like, hey, just put this label on the package so that the shipping agent knows it's coming from me, and the shipping agent can be like, yep, that's your package, and we'll process it directly. Here you can also haggle pricing, what I mean in a little bit by the haggling of the pricing, and you can scroll down, get more details of the products. You get the point. But let's say I want to go forward and pay for this. Now I'm going to make an exception. I'm not going to go through the full full payment, but I'll show you a trick that you can do on 1688 if you're using this for the first time. So whatever products you wanted, then you can add it to the cart. Make sure you click add to cart. Don't confuse it with anything else. There's a buy now and there's a overseas shipment. Some suppliers support overseas shipment, some don't. It just depends on their ability, and you can have that conversation with them to see if they do it. It's quite rare. Usually you need a shipping agent to help you, but you can explore it. Not saying it's impossible. It's added to my cart. So added to my cart, go to my cart, and I want to move forward with a product. So I'm going to select it and I'm going to click on make the calculation. So now this is important part if you're a newbie using this for the first time. Here is the default address you have. So that address I showed you to put, it's going to show up. If you don't have an address, then you can click here to add a new address and do it here. I don't recommend it this way because it just takes time, and I'd rather you have the address already saved and ready to go so that when you add the time to place the order, it's very smooth. 1688 at this one does have the feature that if you paste the address here, the full address include the name, the phone number, the details of the person, it should automatically populate in this box, and then you can do it. Think of it as like AI to detect if it's a real address, and then it will automatically post the address for you. Let's say I want to ship to that address. This is the important part. Ready? So I want to make the payment. Now, because you're already logged in on your Alipay, you can continue making the payment via Alipay. When you make the payment here, you're going to have a couple options. You can't use your foreign bank card. Don't even try. Don't even try. It's not going to work. But you're going to have a couple options here. Let's see. So here, you can pay with your balance if you have an Alipay balance. But notice that these are all Chinese bank accounts. You will have a Tour Pass bank account show up here. So when you apply for a tour card, your tour card account will show up here, whatever balance you have there, and it will work. But I also have Visa, MasterCards linked to my Alipay, and they're not showing up because it's not allowed, nor will it ever be allowed. So once I'm at this screen, this is the final payment, and then I would simply put my password in here, my Alipay password, my 6-digit code to make the payment, which you should have made when you applied for an Alipay account. Don't forget that code. It's going to ask you to do it. If not, it's going to ask you to create one, and you're done with the payment. But I'm not going to go through with the payment for this one. Instead, back to the home page, I'm going to go to my Alipay, and right here, remember this is pre-payment. I haven't made the payment yet. Here are the details of the order you made. So here's where you can send the order number to the supplier when you talk to them and haggle the pricing. And then they can change the pricing in the platform. They can change it in the back end. Like let's say I haggle for 30 RMB or whatever, and then they change the price to 30 RMB and I can pay. I'm just mentioning this to you because you can haggle the pricing before actual payment is made. Once the payment is made, then it will go to the payment is made section, which I don't have any orders here, but you get the point. I'm gonna delete this one because I don't need the product. But I want to share that prepayment stage. So once you made the payment, then you will go to the next one, which is waiting for shipment. The product's been shipped. I'm not going to go into great detail for this because I have specific videos about returns and refunds, but I do want to explain what some of these mean so that you can handle them directly. So this is to check the process of the logistics. This is to check the order details. This one is to apply for a refund. So when you apply for a refund, if you got scammed and you have proof before it's left the country, if the products have left the country, you're out of luck. Then you can fight the case and get the money back here. And I go into great detail about videos about getting a refund on 1688, which I'll post later on in this video. And then this is for making a complaint to the supplier. So let's say the supplier scams you and they're not paying attention at all and they're denying your refund request. Then this is where you can take it a step higher, and then the 1688 staff will help you with the complaint and making sure that you can get your refund if you have proof and evidence that you were actually scammed. And then if you do apply for a refund, then it will go up here and it will give you a status. I don't have anything in there right now because I'm not applying for a refund, but it would give you a status there and then you'll be good to go. So now you have the tools to actually get started on 1688 for the first time. And do note that if you don't want to deal with that nonsense and you just have the product link and you just want to pay for it, there is a platform that we have called Borderless Commerce where you can just put the product link. And this is the example I went through. Everything's in dollars of the same product and you can add it to the cart and you continue on with your purchase as if you were buying directly on 1688. Another cool function is that you can translate images. All the Chinese text you saw above is translating English, and you can save this for marketing materials, but it is something that you can use as an alternative if you don't want to deal with the headache that I just explained all throughout the videos. And you can sign up for free right here if it solves your problem being able to buy directly from 1688. Now, if you do go forward with buying on 1688 and using this as your sourcing platform with the Alipay tour card, etc., highly recommend you watch this video on how to deal with returns and refunds on 1688, because if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose money.